Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. What I do it do for you. I got something nice for you today. Let's go. I'm excited because it's some good information I think you can use to benefit you. Let's do this. Right, there's some 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the story. I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on. Is to enlighten. Starting to get a little better, feeling good about it. Inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. I'm starting to see a little change, so your boy is excited. Let's go. Right thinkers way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers, all 1,000 of my subscribers should be knowing themselves. I know I got 1,000 right thinkers knowing themselves. I appreciate you all. Let's go. Know thyself is the question I ask because if you don't have an answer, I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. They're willing to learn. They know they don't know something, so you got the attention. Don't BS them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe and think they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows not, see, a person who knows, but knows not that they know. So it's the same thing. But they're spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right think of know thyself. Into my yacht, be true. I'm in the book and I'm in my personal stuff today. We go into the initiation. I got a little page right here that says a lot. The title is The Netarian Creed, What I Believe as a Netarian Follower. It tells you about what we do and pretty much how we stand. So I'm going to break that down to you because it's good information. Again, know what you're part of. But I changed it. You know me. That's the book version. Let me give you my version. But I got the book there. But my version is right thinkers. Let's talk about we believe as Netarian followers. Same thing, but I said instead of I speaking a single person, I'm gonna speak for us right thinkers, okay, across the board, because we all one. Ain't no difference. Rule applied to me as everybody else. Okay, let's go. What we believe as a Netarian follower. What do you believe? Thank you. Glad you asked. As a right thinkers, we follow, as right thinkers, we follow the ancient African Commission religious paths called Shita Netta, or more commonly known Egyptian yoga or Semi-Tawi. I keep explaining that to you. That's the call, that's the names. Now, and what they teach you about what? The mysteries. Mystery means something that's going on that you got to study, you got to engage to find out, to learn, to know. Other than that, it's just a mystery that you don't know. That's being ignorant. But it teaches you the mysteries of what? The supreme being, God. I tell you, believing in God, because stuff happened and whatever going on. No. You need to know God. Why? Because if you did, you'd understand nature, you'd understand everything else. Now you tell something, oh, it must be God's way. It's God's all that nonsense. When you have knowledge of God, you won't be a fanatic for God. You won't be a God fan. Everybody, oh, praise the Lord. Hey, running around hooting and hollering, raising the roof. No. Mm-mm. Act, conduct yourself responsible and respectfully. That's what God recognizes in us. Moving on. But they also know that where we at. So we learn about God through study and living. Why? If you live right, you will be blessed. That ain't religion. That's a fact. You don't go to church to know that. Doing the right thing, being responsible, obeying God, doing the things you're supposed to do, that's all for you. A lot of us just don't have a clue. So moving on. And we call Supreme Being ancient times Naberja. Okay, that means the all-encompassing divinity. That means every concept of God he has, she has, both male and female aspects. I take you through that as we go into the tree of life. I bring you down, working our way from the noon. We're gonna deal with the noon. I got a nice lesson for you coming up about a tomb in the noon. But right now, let's deal with why we follow what we follow. Let's go. And the whole idea is to know the God totally, encompassing all the divinities in every aspect of what we consider God. We believe that, watch this, from the nurture proceeded what? All literal. From one came the many, aka God and goddesses or the Paute. We got the Agdo, we got the Enoch, whole bunch of names. Okay, but the nine is the Enoch, the Agdo is the eight. Okay, but all just concepts. And watch this. And it's all teaching you about God. Every aspect is about you. These are all characters of your personality that's inside you and all the world. Watch this. It precedes all the netherworld from one God, goddesses, and everything in creation. The world and what? The entire universe come from the Nurture. All aspects of him we can study, learn, and we gave them identities so that you can philosophically learn about them, emulate them, and become a better you, aka God-like. Moving on. Since the virtue as the Neteru, the virtue can be what? Worshipped as a god or goddess. Perfect example. At the prayer, we show Amen, respect, which is the male version of God. But what I do, my show, I give Mayat the respect. Why? Because outside of God, she's second in command. Without her, nothing gonna exist. So I know that from my studies, from my learning. I get the concept. So Mayat is my favorite, and it's a female aspect of God. So I study the goddess. I worship the goddess aspect. So your choice. Where we at down here? Now, so, okay, here you go. Now, we also, right thinkers, believe we know that there is what? Only one supreme being. Everything is on the front of the one. I can tell you that. It ain't changed. And that's the Nurture from ancient Egyptian concepts. The Indians call him the absolute, the all, Brahman, Vishnu. Everybody got a God name. Okay, he go by many names. He already told us that he's gonna be called by a myriad of names, many. Watch this. Now the virtue God, and that what? The gods and goddesses are just aspects and expressions of the one supreme being, the virtue, as a right thinker Netarian, we strive to what? Come into, here we go, harmony by what? Living right daily, by living Maya. By doing this, you are in what? Harmony, heart, mind, coherence with who? With God and the goddess, aka Netarian, by developing what's within your own personality. Everything right thing to present is for every individual person to do for themselves. I can't help you do it. You have to do it for yourself. I can instruct you, I can teach you, I can lead you, but I can't do the work for you. I'm doing my own to let you know. Ain't no different. Okay, I got you the same thing, but I'm not. I put my pants on the same way you do, one leg at a time, unless you fire me. All right, but it's all about your own personality, and that's this. The difference the different virtues and divine qualities what that you have symbolized within what yourself, right thinkers. By doing that, it will what lead us where closer to God. That's the goal, to become one with God, to get closer, to be doing, acting, and being. And when it comes to one, you're there. Nihas. As a right thinking Netarian, like this, we also believe that supreme being will what that we call in the virtue is the same supreme being that is also worshipped by all by all other religious groups. Just under, I just told you, different names, myriad names, Allah, Buddha, don't make a difference what you call them. Like I tell you, never mind. The Muslims think Allah the messenger. Christians think Christ is the messenger. Damn the messenger. Are you getting the message? I'm a messenger. Are you getting the message? We keep bringing it. I keep telling the Lord, Lord, you've been doing this for a long time. To me, I'm making headway. I appreciate you, but man, this ain't easy. I thought it was fun to work for God. I would be a God servant. I mean, man, y'all making this thing hard. God laughing because he knows, oh, it's gonna be fun. But I'm with it. I love that idea. I could have a conversation with God. See, 5 years ago, if I said that, they'd be running me off the air. Thank you. Let's go. Moving on. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I got it right here. Okay. We can be called by many different names. Every religion call God by a different name. He don't mind that. So why should you? If I call him Allah, you call it Ishkabibble. Do it make a difference? Because if you living by his commandments, then you're going to treat me right and we wouldn't have a problem. Because we serve a different name God. Same God, just by a different name. Again, if you're doing right by him, we won't have a problem. Let's go. Now, us right thinkers, we also believe that the nurture established what? All creation on what? Maya. That's why I give her the respect that I do. Creation is standing on her. If the sun was in right place where it's at, that's Maya. The distance that we need is perfect. That's Maya. That's conscious. That's what God did when he came out. Because everything was haphazard and chaotic and a bunch of possibilities. But he needed order. If you got a bunch of that going on, it's chaos. You need order. Mayat represents order. That's why I make you understand that. And you got two hemispheres of the brain for a reason. Balance, good and evil. You need to know how to use them. You put them together and become one. That's why the pineal gland sits between the two. Nothing less but, ooh, this is good stuff. Balance in life meaning using both sides of the brain. You got the male and the female aspect, emotional and masculine, whatever you want to call it. But it's all like the yin and the yang. You got to have the opposite of whatever it is to have a pair. Sorry about that. Get back to this. I'm almost done. Appreciate you too. Yo, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Let me do this. Now, we also believe the never established all creation on Maya. Why? She represents righteousness, reciprocity. Now, reciprocity means you give, you get. You reap what you sow. That's what Maya represents. To giving is like automatic. It comes back and forth. You put it out, it comes back. The spiritual boomerang, so to speak. But you got truth and the main thing, order. And our actions turn Ari, we know that is what that's what determines the quality of the Maya that you live in your normal life. I don't practice Maya. I live it. I think it. I want why I understand it. When you do that, my allegiance, Maya ain't nobody. It's I created the concept. We know that, but it's a philosophy, a principle that you can live by and make yourself a better individual with the concepts and ideas. That's what it's all about, and it worked. Living proof. Right thinkers, you will have to have positive Irie, meaning good things. Do good things, simple as that. And watch this. And your Aku, which is your spirit, AKHU, will become one. Become what? Become one with Ra, aka God or Nabercha. For when? How long? Eternity. When we physically leave here, the body goes to the earth, turns back into the elementals, all that. But the spirit, we got a whole bunch of places for it to go, whole bunch of options. Well, how do we know? If it's enlightened, back home. If not, back reincarnation. We knew that all the time. It's up to the individual. How you live, we're gonna be judged at judgment day against the feather Maya, the whole story. But they telling you what you need to do to pass the scales. Because if you do, you go on into eternity with Ra. When you reach that level that you have to reach, what we know it as nihas. Excuse me, my favorite. When you obtain nihas, you know thyself, and you have reached a level of spiritual enlightenment with knowledge and understanding and righteous living and virtuous acts that you become one with God and you're walking in grace. Everybody see the goodness in you. You treat people right. You do good. It's an easy show. You judge a tree by the fruit it bears. You are the tree. Your actions is the bearing of the fruit. Simple. So it's easy to see what you're doing. Understand that. Moving on to wrap this up. Again, I appreciate you. The spiritual awakening, aka enlightenment, comes from work that you have to put in to make it happen for yourself. Now, watch this. It is, if it is found that your spirit, and that you acted with what? Selflessness, okay? Selfishness, not selfless, selfish, and greed. What happened? You will have negative IRE. What happens with negative IRE? Ding, 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 ding. When your heart goes against the feather maya, greed, jealousy, envy, negative IRE weighs the heart down. It carries in the heart. So when you're living right, doing right, releasing the past, letting it go, freeing your heart, forgiving people, doing stuff you're supposed to do, the heart is light as a feather. That's the old saying. We don't use it no more. Why? They don't know how to lighten the heart. I don't like my heart. I don't like my heart. Do right. Excuse me. Live right. Sorry about that. Let me wrap this up. And when you got negative IRE, what's going to happen? And my what? Oh, my body, your soul. Watch this. Will what? Suffer. Ding, 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 ding. After death. And then we'll be reincarnated again to what? Live in this world, time and space again. That's what they call reincarnate. The Egyptians, the last thing they wanted to do was come back. This was called Uhi Maka. My aunt. And that's just another word for saying reincarnation. Okay? That's the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't want to take up much of your time, but I got another one coming behind you, so you know the deal. I'll be back.